If you've ever had the opportunity to come across Ecclesiastes chapter 3, something you've most likely noted immediately is this concept of timing that's present all around and even in us. There's a time for everything, verse 1 says, and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to be born and a time to die. Thinking about this passage, examples of where this principle show up could be the earth taking 24 hours to rotate on its axis, human babies generally taking 9 months in gestation, even Apple annually releasing new iPhones since 2007. This concept of timing is embedded into life itself, even on a cellular level. There's a time for cells to grow and divide, and there's a time for them to stop dividing. But what if some of your body's cells continue to grow despite being told to stop? That single problem is at the heart of cancer, and today I'm going to show you exactly how scientists describe it. If you ever tried to read a cancer research paper and felt completely lost, you're not alone. Part of the barrier to reading scientific literature is honestly the jargon. Look at this paper, for instance. RB1 deficiency induces synthetic lethality with ATR and PKMYT1 co inhibition in breast cancer cell lines and patient derived xenografts. Now, raise your hand if you can tell me in your own words what this paper is about. Don't worry, I'll wait. If you're still sitting in silence, just stick with me, and one day you'll be using words like synthetic lethality in your everyday conversation. I promise. But another big reason why reading cancer papers feels overwhelming is because they assume you already understand something called the hallmarks of cancer. Once you understand these hallmarks, cancer research by and large stops feeling like a foreign language and starts telling a story. So today we're starting with the very first hallmark, sustaining proliferative signaling. Now let's break this phrase down. What does proliferation mean? The word is derived from two Latin words, the first being proles, which means offspring, descendants, or progeny. The second word, feri, which means to bear, carry, or produce. So when we put the words together in our biological context, proliferation means formation of cells by division. Our bodies are made up of trillions of cells and they're constantly dividing, but very carefully and at the proper time. Think of your body like a group chat. You don't know what the chat is thinking until someone sends a message. Then you respond accordingly with your thoughts. Cells don't just respond or grow haphazardly, they wait for a message. These messages are called growth signals or growth factors. They're usually chemical signals that communicate to a cell, hey, it's time to grow now. In healthy tissues, cells only divide when one, there's damage to repairs, two, growth is needed, or three, the environment is safe. But what goes wrong in cancer? Essentially, cancer cells break this system. Instead of waiting for growth signals, cancer cells make their own signals or they keep their growth switch stuck in the on position. That's what scientists mean by sustaining proliferative signaling. Cancer cells constantly tell themselves to grow even when no one asks them to do so. Imagine a traffic light stuck permanently on green. Cars would never stop, traffic would pile up, and crashes would evidently happen. In your body, growth signals are like traffic lights. Cancer cells, though, ignore the red lights and just keep going. Now, here's where this becomes really powerful for reading scientific papers. When researchers say this cancer shows increased growth signaling, or this mutation activates a growth pathway, and this drug blocks proliferative signaling. They are all talking about this hallmark of sustaining proliferative growth. Many cancer drugs are designed specifically to block the growth signals, either externally or internally from the cancer cell's perspective, or they turn off the overactive growth switches. So when you see words like EGFR, HER2, or MAPK signaling in papers, those are all connected to this first hallmark. And with that, I would like you to know that this is just the beginning. In the next video, we'll talk about another powerful hallmark that entails understanding how cancer cells ignore the body's stop signs. If you ever wondered why your body can't just tell cancer cells to stop growing, this next hallmark explains why. With that, I'm Dr. Mama Isaiah, and I'll see you in the next lesson. But wait, there's more. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. I truly appreciate your time and your attention. And as a result of that, I want to show my gratitude by providing a free PDF of today's lecture notes. The link is in the description. Check it out. It's extra information just to solidify the topics that we've gone over today. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at drmamaisaiah@gmail.com. Thank you again. See you in the next video.